It is just an architecture, Sanjeev. Okay. So here database, application and presentation are all under different places. So this is called as a 3-tier architecture. Is it confusing or what?
No, that's okay.
Okay. Now I'll move into something called landscape. This is not our subject. I'm just giving the technical knowledge. That's it. So from the landscape perspective, I'm going for some company. Say I'm going for a company implementation. So the sizing of the hardware and all these things will be taken care by the SAP basis guys, and they will put 3 boxes. Say they will keep server 1. You know what servers, right? Big box. Server 2. I say this is server 3. Okay. Now in this server, I will have something like client called 100. I'll say this is a development client. I'll say this is 200, which is testing client. Okay. Then I'll call this development testing. Then I'll have one more called sandbox. I'll tell you what are all this. 300. Then I have something called 400, which is again, this is also testing. 500 is my production server, client. So first let us understand what is this client. So how do I log on to this particular SAP system? This will be installed in your system very soon. Once it is installed, they will configure this. They'll give the IP and all those things over here. This application server and everything, that server name and everything, they'll give it over here. So they will set it up for you, the technical guys from those particular location. You just double click on this. Once you double click, there is the screen, this will come. It says client over here. Client 800, it says over here. Right? What is this client? What do you understand by the word client?
I think it is a company for which our company is working. Basically, like if they hire me as a consultant and I go and work for the client. So
client can be my company to whom I am doing implementation. What about you, Sanjeev?
Yeah, I think client is a customer.
Okay, or it can be my customer, right, from my perspective, right? Exactly. Now let us understand over here what does this client means. Now I'll remove this client and I'll give username. This is my user, my password. Password is case sensitive, user is not. What does it say below?
Client is not available in the system.
So what we say in SAP, the highest hierarchical unit in SAP is client. Without a client, I cannot do anything. I cannot even log into my SAP. Is it clear, this line?
Okay. Yeah.
Anita?
Okay,
Repeat again. Without a client, I cannot log into my SAP system. So that is the phrase that I use is the highest hierarchical unit for SAP is client.
Okay.
Is that line clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let us see what does this client contains of. What is this actually? My client consists of set of tables. Now what are these set of tables? In my last class, I was trying to explain you of an ABAP, where the ERP, my SAP ERP is developed by a program called ABAP, right? Advanced Business Application Programming. So how it is designed? This is designed in the form of tables. So tables are nothing but your rows and columns. Okay. So each config or each setting I do, it is a table. And I'm showing you what is behind actually. So suppose if I'm defining a company. So company is one table. It's one table. So like this, my client contains some lakhs of tables. That is what we call as a set of tables. For now, just take it as a hard-coded word. Client is nothing but set of tables. That's it. Further, when we move into, it contains master data and all that, I'll let you know. So for now, for us, client is nothing but it is set of tables. Okay, Anita and Sanjeev?
Yeah.
Okay, now here when I say my client is set of tables, I have created so many clients over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So this is called as a 3-system landscape. 3-system landscape. Okay. So what is the purpose of this? Development client, testing client, sandbox. Let us understand one by one. I hope client is clear.
Yeah.
So what is this development client? What will happen when I am doing as a consultant, all my config, I'll do it over here. Okay. So all I do my config over here, testing individual, module wise, I'll do it over here. Module wise. Then what is the purpose of this testing? Here I'll do integration testing. Combination of the modules. Okay. What is the purpose of this sandbox? Sandbox is used for all your scribbling. You play around with the system. Okay. So with this client, my development client, golden client, they use all different jargon words for this. So for this testing. So if I want to, I'm saying I'll do only my config. Then I'll do testing in this client. So whatever I save in this development client, I need to move it to the testing client. If you are moving from one client to another client in the same box, in the same server, the transaction code, I'll tell you what is this. SCC1 I use. I'll tell you what is this. Just remember like this for timing. Transaction code SCC1. But if I am moving from this, once my testing is done, I'm fine. If I want to do an integration testing, then I'll move from development to testing from one server to another server through a transaction code SE09 or SE10. Okay, I'll tell you what are all this. Just say, remember this way, if I'm transferring in the same box from one client to another client, transaction code SEC1. If I'm transferring from one server to another server, it is SE09 or SE10. Okay.
Yeah.
So I've done the config. Now I want to do the integration testing. I came over here. I realized that something is wrong. Again, I'll go back. I'll do the testing, and again I'll move the request. Again, I'll move all my settings into testing client. Once it is fine, then it is moved to the production. Clear? You don't do any config or testing in the production client. Okay? My client contains a set of tables. That's it. Okay, now let's get into this.
Can I ask one question
Yeah,
here? Right. I have just a little strange idea, but can you explain me exactly what is configuration?
Yeah, I'm coming to that. We'll do now. So let's log into the client. That is what I'm going in now. Actually. User. I'll give my password, which is case sensitive. I'll get into this. So the moment I get into this, there is a screen called SAP Easy Access. In SAP, you have two screens. One is SAP Easy Access, and one is you have an IMG screen. Two screens. Here I do all my testing. The end users, who are the end users? The employees of the company. Once the implementation is done, they will work on this screen. We as a consultant will do testing. Okay?
Okay.
For IMG is the place what you're talking is we do configuration over here. These are the two screens. Now I am into this easy access screen. Now I want to go to the IMG screen. Okay, now I want to go to the IMG screen. One second, I'll show you all this. So, you know, you go to Explorer in Windows, like how do we go, if I want to go to that particular folder, I do it like this, right? In Explorer, Sanjeev, when I do.
Yeah.
So I open up like this, one by one, like this, open, I go to that folder. This is called as a path. You can go by a path or either you can go through a transaction code. What do I mean? Let's go by a path first. This is execute project. So this is path, tools, customizing, IMG, execute project. So I click on this execute project, I click on this reference IMG, I am into the IMG screen. This is my IMG screen. This is where we will play around for the next 45 days on this. This is all my configuration will be done here. So this is my IMG. Okay, I don't want to do it by, you know, by paths. Okay, if I don't want to do it by, I think somebody removed it. I'm getting an echo. Okay. Now, if I want to go by a transaction code, you don't see anything over here, right? Only execute project you see over here.
Yeah.
So let's see. Okay, I'm able to see only execute project. I go to the extras, settings, I'll select display technical names. Okay, I'll continue. Now again I'm going back. Tools, customizing, IMG. Can you see there is SPRO on 4?
SPRO, yeah.
Now let's say I'll not click over here. I'll say here in the command field. We call this as a command field over here. I'll give SPRO. This is a transaction code. I go directly. You understand the difference between a transaction code and a path? Path is you're going in like this. You're opening up and going to that particular place and clicking over there. Location. Particular location. But if I give a transaction code, it will directly take me to that screen.
So it's a lot quicker, you know.
I gave SPRO, either you click over here or just press enter on your keyboard. You will come here, click on this reference IMG. You will come here. So this is related to your path and the transaction codes. Or you feel like there are certain things that I don't want to go through path, just right click and click on add to favorites, because SPRO will be using very often, so I'll say add to favorites. Here in the under this favorites, it will come automatically. Add to favorites, here I get the favorites.
Okay.
So every time I don't need to click, I'll just click directly over here. Either you can make a folder over here and keep all those transactions under that. Okay? So this is what about how do we log in into it. Now let me get into the config side. So we will move into the So two ways, IMG screen and transaction code, right? Just now I showed you through path and through transaction code. Hello?
Yes. Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Sanjeev there?
Right.
Hello. Sanjeev?
Hello?
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Yeah. Actually, I cannot hear you properly. Actually, it's Hello?
Is it clear now? Is it clear now?
Something's wrong today. Yeah, now I can hear you. But it's coming and going. It's something like that. Sometimes it's coming and going.
Okay. So I'm moving into enterprise structure now. Okay, structure of the company. So once to decide the structure of the company, we will go and talk to the CFOs or CEOs of the company with some questionnaire. We'll take some questionnaire. We'll talk to them how your company is diversified and what are the branches that it has, what are the locations that it is located into. We'll try to understand the structure of the company. Then we'll try to put it in the structure of the SAP what it has given to start with. So each module will have their own structure. Finance will have their own, materials management will have own, sales and distribution will have their own structure. Okay. Now let us say from the finance perspective, this is our structure. So today we will look into this structure and we will do the configuration or the designing of this particular enterprise structure. I hope I am clear with client. What does a client means? Alright?
Yeah.
Client. So client is nothing but a set of tables. It is one of the highest hierarchical unit in SAP. So from the client, usually what will happen in the real time, what you are seeing over here is 800. But in the real time, you will not have 800 because 800 is only for the training purpose we use. Client is actually created by the basis guys. They will give the clients and they give to us. Okay, this is the clients we have created. This is development. This is what they'll just give us. Okay. Now let's after the client, I'm slowly moving into company. Okay. Now let's say.
So what is that number? What does the number stand for? What is that exactly?
Which number?
That the 800 that you had next to client, and then now there I see there is 560 written there. So
this is your wish. Whatever client you want to create, you can create.
Okay. So you give a number to the client. Is that how we remember we identify the client? How do you?
No. See, I'm logging in again. I see a client, right?
Right.
I have not given this client just like that. This client has been created by the basis people. They will give us. They will say, okay, now here, see how I have created my clients over here. I said 100, 200, 300. So the basis guy will tell, okay, 100 stands for development, 200 stands for testing. Like this, they'll tell us.
I see. Okay.
So if you're doing the config, you will say, okay, 100. If you're doing the testing, you will go and check for the 200.
I see.
Okay. So 800 is all for your training.
Training purposes.
Okay, I go to this user, I logged in. Is it clear, Anita?
Yeah. Now.
Okay. Now let us understand this. Tata is my company, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Tata Steel Company is what? This is also my company?
Okay. Yeah.
Tata Motors is also my company. Tata Consulting Services is also my company. Tata Finance is also my company. Right, all these are companies.
Right.
So then what is the difference between calling Tata as a company and this as a company?
But Tata might be a parent company, I guess.
Might be a
parent company.
Parent company. Okay.
And subsidiaries in this, like Tata Steel, Tata Motors, let's say Tata Consulting, they might be subsidiaries for Tata company.
Yeah. So in SAP, we call this as a group. Okay, the jargon word that we use call as a group. And for this Tata Steel, Tata Motors, Tata Consulting, Tata Finance, we call them as a legal entity. Why do we call as a legal entity? Because this has got a binding with the law. Right?
Yeah.
The Tata Steel Company operating in India is totally different to if it has its operation in US. So there will be some legal bindings to that. So that is what we call as a legal entity. This is called as a company. Those are the jargon words we use in SAP. This is called as a company and this is called as a company code. I hope this is clear. This should be very clear before I proceed. Tata is my company. All my subsidiaries what we call as a company code. Clear?
So in SAP we call company company code, but you just mentioned that group and legal entity. So this word group is this.
It's a jargon word. If you are coming for an interview, I'll ask Anita, what was your group, Anita?
Okay.
You say Tata. How many legal entities did you work on this? This group had how many legal entities? I'll say like that. And let's say what company code you worked on.
All right.
Okay. Now, then what is this group? What is the requirement of this group for me? This I require for consolidation, reporting. This is all where I will derive my so-called your P&L and balance sheets for all this. This for a consolidation report. Clear till here?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Now I need to go to the IMG screen, so I'll not go through path. I'll directly click over here. I go to the reference IMG. Now what I'm trying to define, enterprise structure, right? Let's go ahead and define enterprise structure. I click on this. I will say definition, financial accounting, like this. See, I'm going path. This is called as a path. What I'm defining, I'm defining an enterprise structure. So this is what my requirement is now. My requirement is I'm defining a company over here. So I go to enterprise structure. I go to definition, defining. So what is that? I'm going to a financial accounting. My module is FI, so I'm going to this financial accounting. What I'm defining, define company. I told you how to get the transaction codes over there. Here also you have transaction codes. Now go to this additional information, display key, IMG activity. Once I click on this IMG activity, you will see on the right hand side the last 4 alphanumeric is your transaction code OX15.
Oh.
So if you want, this is you see a clock, you click on this clock, you go to the screen. If you want to read this definition, define, what is this define company is? Anita, from the perspective of your certification and all that, define company, you click on this. You can read all this, what it means. Okay. So this is define company. So I click on this clock. So I come to the screen. Now I'll say new entries. Okay. Always, mainly from what I have seen, I have given always a numeric letters for my company. But for our understanding, let us give alphanumeric or whatever company name you have, if you have. We'll define it from the scratch. So what company name you want to give?
XYZ Limited, I guess.
Give some name, no? So it will be easy for you people to understand. Some common name. Anita?
Yeah, I'm just thinking of a name for like we can just
Apple.
Any
Apple. Okay. So I'll say this is Apple group. So this is a shortcut names we give, not AG abbreviations. AG Apple group. So you give some street, some PO box number, postal code, city. Now let's see in how many countries can I do this SAP implementation. How many on the top can you see?
Wow, 235.
Yes. You can do in 235 countries, you can do. So I will take the country as US. Now either you can search or either there is a binocular over here to find. Click on this, give US, press enter. Still I'm not able to get there. So click on plus this, find again. We'll keep on going like this. I got US. There's US. Let's see in how many languages can I do. It is 41 languages. You add a patch, you get Hindi and Tamil also in this.
Oh.
Okay. There is English. Currencies. How many currencies can I have it? 218 currencies. This kind of a functionality you will not find in other ERPs. That is the only this ERP again so much. Only thing is it's very expensive. Maintenance and all this. So I give it as USD. You are fine with this, right? Or do you want any other currency?
No, I'm
That's
fine with USD.
That's fine, right? Otherwise I'll give INR or whatever if you want. Okay, so this is what the currency I maintained. Any different city or you want, you just let me know. I'll key in.
That's
Sanjeev?
fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's okay with me.
Okay. So I'm clicking on this save. Like how we do it in the Excel or Word, right? I need to save this, right? I click on the save. Okay, there is a pop-up coming up. Can you see there is a pop-up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I need your attention over here. There is a pop-up coming over here. So I
Yeah.
click on this create request here. So this request number belongs to someone else, 356. Once I create, now this short description, what I'm saying, this will be a naming convention given by the project managers over there. When you are going for an implementation, that naming convention has to be followed. So as of now, I'm saying this my naming convention, what I'm saying, I'm defining what company. Like how we give for the folder name, right? We give some folder name, right? When you are saving. Similar to that. I'm giving some short description to this. So if you see there is a request number that is 356. Now when I say continue this, once I save this over here by that name, it will change that request number also. This request numbers plays a very vital role. It is under this request number all the details, Apple, USD, right, that company, description, all that gets saved over here.
No.
Anita?
Okay. Yeah.
Under this request. Similar to your folder, man. How you do it in the save, right? Save file.
Yeah.
Similar to that. It gets saved here. I just say continue. So it is saved. Now this is saved. Now it's saved. This one has got into display mode. You can change all this, but you cannot change the name of this company once it is saved.
Okay.
I go back. I come back again to verify that. I want to see where this. Go to the position key or scroll down like this, looking one by one. I go to position, I give APP Apple. I double click on this. So I'll come to this. Now I just want to get back to that request number. How do I transfer this? I was talking here, right? I did my config over here now. In development, I have done this configuration. Anita, you were asking config. Now you are clear. I have done one config.
Okay.
Right? Company have defined it, right?
Yeah.
Apple and all that. That is called as a configuration.
Okay.
Okay. Now I have done one config. There was one request number I got. Suppose some number EHP123 something I got. So it is this request number I need to transfer to testing, means I use this transaction code SCC1 to transfer from this development to testing to test. Confused? Sanjeev, let me know.
Yeah, so okay, so yeah, can you repeat that once again, please?
Yeah, see, you know, I've done one config, right? Anita and Sanjeev over here. I've done one config. Suppose, let's take, I have done one config in 800 over here.
Yeah.
What is the config I've done? I've defined company, right? With this request number.
Right.
This request number came when I've defined. So this request number I need to transfer over here in the testing to test. I need to do testing, no? So if I want to do, I cannot do in development. I do over here.
Interesting. Okay.
So I have to transfer this entire settings what I have done from development to testing, right?
Yeah.
So through this transaction code SCC1 I do it.
Okay.
SCC1. This is the request number that what I got, right?
Mm-hmm.
Give it here. I'll say schedule, start immediately. It will directly go and sit in that particular client, whatever client I give here. Suppose what was the client that it needs to go to 200, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'll come here. I'll give my 200. Oh no, my source client is what? Sorry, my source is 800.
800.
It is 800. My transport request is EHP 5. Something like that. I'll execute. Once I execute, it will ask me to which location it has to go to.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is with respect to the within the same box.
Yeah, within
the same server.
The same server one. Yeah.
But if I want to transfer from here till here, then I use a transaction code SE09 or SE10. Okay.
Mm.
I don't remember my username once. Okay, at display. So this is what our company we defined just now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I open up this. This is the request number,
Mm-hmm.
right? So always release the subtask first. Select this, release it. Then you release this.
Okay.
Okay. The settings will be done by the basis. You don't have to do anything. You just click, select this, release it, select this, release it. It will go and sit into the here 400.
Oh, okay.
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 It's like drag and drop like we do in Windows. It's the
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah. It will move into another server.
Okay.
Get into another server, another client. Actually, even this the release and this thing also you will not do. You will send this all these details to the basis guy, sending okay. Please release it to testing. So he will release it actually. I'm just trying to show you how it happens in the real time actually.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, you send there will be some naming conventions followed. There will be some, they look into the, if you are moving any particular config, there will be one big, template will be there where you need to fill up what is the effect that it will give to my entire this thing. You just cannot transport every config just like that. You need to explain them, if you are transporting this, what is the impact it will give to the entire system, because this production server will be in billions of dollars which it will be running. So you need to give a proper explanation stating that when I am sending this, this is what my impact is, this is what stuff on that. Yeah? Right. Can you just give me a second? I'll just take this call.
Yeah.
Hello?
Sure.
Yes,
Yes.
So this is how I release this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I was telling that each config is my table, right? Remember I told you? Set of tables, my client contains set of tables. So company is also one table name for this. So how do I know what is the name of the table? I click on this, keep the cursor wherever you want to keep over here, wherever you keep. Press F1 on the keyboard. So this pop-up will come. You see a hammer over here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Click on this. So the technical name, the table name for that particular this thing is this T880. Okay. Hello?
Yeah.
The table name for this. So let's go and check at the table level how it is posted. If you want to see at the table level, the transaction code is SE16N. Note it down if you have pen and paper. SE16N. I just press enter. So the table was T880, right? I press enter. So I give that company name. The company name is what? Apple, right? What Sanjeev suggested just now. I'll execute. See, this is how it looks, my table, at a table level. Right? Anita?
Okay.
Sanjeev? This is all technical, guys. I am not into the subject yet. Okay?
Okay.
I'm showing the insight into it actually. So, is it clear now? Client contains my set of tables. So, whatever we keep on doing the config is all one table.
Yeah.
Right. This wording, what I told, client is set of tables. Okay, now I have defined company. Now let's define one company. Company, I defined it as Apple. So what is the company code? Let's say something like A500 or 600. We'll define one company code. Okay. So again, I go back to this IMG. I've defined company. Now I'm going into edit, copy, delete, check company code. Okay. I'm clicking on this edit company code data. I will say new entries. My company code is what I said. I'll define it as A500. You say something like Apple Automobile or Apple Steel Industry or whatever it is. Apple Steel. City, you give New York. I'll not give AO now. I'll just keep on going it. Currency, USD, language, EN. Okay?
Okay.
Now watch here. I'm saving it. I'm clicking on save. There is one pop-up coming. Okay. I'll just say continue over here. Over here in the bottom. What it says?
Fill in all entry fields.
Now, where is the required entry? Can anybody tell me?
Well, maybe it's the name. And
Name?
might be.
Okay, let's give the name. Apple
Steel.
This is a company title I'll give. Now let's say continue. It says again fill in all the required entry. You said name is a required entry.
It might be country and currency or
Country. You see there is a check mark over here on the currency. So this is your required. All are optional. So in SAP wherever you find a check mark, that's a required entry. Clear?
Okay.
Please let me know if any confusion. Don't hesitate yourself in stopping. Stop me then and there. So that we don't need to go back again from the start. Anita,
Yeah.
nothing wrong in asking, even it's a foolish question, but make it sure, don't keep it in your head. Okay, I just gave this postal code, New York, country is my required entry. Whatever it is, go ahead and fill all this, telephone number, mobile phone, fax, email, PO box, whatever it is. I just say continue. Okay? Again, I'm getting a request. Should I create another request or save it in the same request?
I think in the same request because it belongs to the same company.
Now here depends upon the project manager how he wants to treat this request. Whether he wants to keep it individual request separate or whether he wants to combine it and use it. It depends upon his requirement.
Oh.
Okay.
Usually what we do is, let me see if I have that. Yeah. So here this is like a sheet we maintain. Now this will work. IMG. This works as a KT, what we call as a knowledge transfer. 368, what I'm doing, I'm defining a company code, right? This is what is my request number. I'm defining In the real time, I'm showing how it happens in the real time. Company code. I maintain this. I've done this in a development. My client was 800. Run by Anita or whoever the user is. You give the date and time.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why we maintain this Sanjeev and Anita is because when I move into the testing client, I cannot say to the basic guy, I was testing but I was not able to find my company code. He'll not understand what's a company code. You need to go ahead and tell him that this request I'm not able to see. Clear?
Oh.
Anita?
Yeah. Okay.
When I'm moving, right, just now I told you how do I transport a request, like you said, you can drop, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm dropping over here, suddenly in the testing you feel like something has not moved, then you cannot go and tell him to the basis guy, company code is not there. No, he'll not understand. You should tell him this request number is not there. So how do you you'll keep a track of this request in one particular Excel sheet. And also we use this as a KT. Anita is working, all of a sudden she quit the company. I come back and sit on the system, I don't know where she stopped.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All these things.
So then you search according to the request number?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is what the last request she raised. We want to know, right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That is what I do. Now, I'm saving in the same request. I'm not doing anything. I'm not creating anymore. So now we are clear what is the request. So I'm continuing this. So data was saved. So what all we created? I have created a company and a company code. In the system, I have created a company code, but there is no link that it is there that Apple belongs to A500 or A500 belongs to Apple. So how do? I do it through assignment. All this while we were doing this definition. Now I'll go to this assignment. Assignment, financial accounting. Assign company code to company.
Oh, so, okay.
Okay, Anita.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm making a linking. I'm trying to link that up. Click on this. Position key. My company code is what? A500, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it will take me to that A500. Whenever there is an assignment, always remember, by default, thumb rule, click on the position, immediately go to that company code. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You go to A500. What is the company? Apple, right?
Apple.
I don't know what is that Apple. So I click on this pop-up just beside this. I go to this find button, I'll say APP Apple. I double click on this Apple. So this is where I save it. Right?
Okay.
So this is how I make the assignment. Even if you want to see again the table of this, just press F1, you will go to the table, technical name. This is another table name. Okay. Now not go each into that. This is all the table names. Each config is related to a table. And where do you see a table name? SE16N. Okay. There is SE16 also transaction code, but that is a little bit from the technical point of view. You will not be able to understand this clearly. So this is like a ABAP people usually use this SE16 transaction code. So you go to SE16N. This will be more clear. He will give the technical name as well as the field name. Okay. So what all we have done from the org structure, I have defined we are clear on client, we are clear on company, we are clear on company code, right? So the relationship between a company and a company code. Many company codes can be assigned to a company.
Right.
Yeah, because
Right.
the company
The same
is,
company code what I have assigned to a company, I cannot assign to another company.
Okay.
So you can create another, so you can, so if you have created Apple, let's say Apple Steel, or so let's say, so you can, let's say you have created Apple iPhone 4, and then you can again create Apple iPhone 5, right? They are like company code.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can create and keep on assigning to this. But this A500 you cannot go and tell to Tata over here.
Yeah,
Because it's already assigned to Apple, it will say.
Okay.
Okay, now I am moving into chart of accounts. Slowly. Under chart of accounts, what is chart of accounts? Anita?
It's basically the table where we maintain all the balance sheets. Is it that?
Organizing the list of accounts. You are trying to organize.
Okay. Okay.
In SAP, you have 3 types of chart of accounts. Operational, country, then you have group. We'll look into each one of them and we'll test also. Operational chart of accounts. Daily transactions, whatever we are having, we'll record here. In operational. No confusion, right? Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Sanjeev? Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
Daily. Country, specific to country. Country says design this kind of a chart of accounts, you design that only that way. Group, I use it for consolidation. Okay. Now let's go ahead and define this operational chart of accounts and then we will see. Now I am moving into this financial accounting. I came out from enterprise structure, I am moving into financial accounting. Both are same. New is also same, this one is also same. Okay, the only thing is extra features are there. Going forward, we will see here. So financial accounting, general ledger accounting, GL accounts, master data, preparations. Then you go to edit chart of accounts list. My first setting under chart of accounts. I click on this. I click on new entries. Now this is user defined. Whatever you want, you can define. So I'll keep it as a company code, whatever it is I've defined. It is not mandatory. You keep it whatever it is a company code. I repeat again, it is your wish. Whatever way you want to define, you can define. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Sanjeev. Sanjeev? I think he's facing some problem with his net. Okay, now
I
what
cannot see your
language?
screen. Yeah.
You cannot see my screen?
Yeah, I don't know.
Can you log in again, Sanjeev?
I can. Yeah, actually, I think it's very slow and I cannot see your screen.
Yeah, just log in again. I'll just wait.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Anita, you able to get right till now?
Yeah, I'm able to. Yeah, or basically I will talk about that at the end of the class. But we'll talk about. I have a few questions, so we'll go. You keep going now. I'm able to follow it. Yes.
You should be able to get at least this configuration. What you have asked. This is what we call as a config. The more thing is now I think you are able to understand now what is the difference between the what you have asked for and what is that I am delivering also.
Right.
So these things from the certification perspective, it is not there. Nothing is there. So certification books, I don't know whether I have. Let me check. If you go into the certification, from the certification point of view, this technical know-how, this request, how it will happen, nothing will be there. From the chart of accounts perspective also, they just give a definition kind of a thing. definitions, how it happens and all that, and few exercises will be given.
But of course, if I don't know how to work, then the certification would be of no use, right? So I have to.
It will be at a very basic level. It will be at a very basic level. That certification. Chart of accounts.
So you said that we can give the same name to the chart of accounts. So whatever name.
Yeah, what will happen, Anita? Actually, when we go into the implementation stage, this naming conventions, everything will be decided prior to we get into this config. What has to be given? What is the naming convention that we will follow? Okay, this will be already decided. Then we'll go ahead. But these are all user defined. There is no hard and fast rule that you have to define this way or that way. So why I am using over here is, for me it will be easy to identify that this chart of accounts belong to that company code A500.
So now that while we are waiting for him, maybe I can use the time to ask you this.
Please go.
Right. What you were saying was I was able to follow it, but the thing is that of course this is a new thing and it's going fast, right? So I want to go over it a couple of times to understand it, and I know that.
Go ahead.
So I know that these guys are recording this whole session, and then while I was talking to them in the morning today, then they are going to probably send me a link where I can go over it. And then what about the material? How do I study for it? I want to study it and understand what.
Once I finish the basic setting, I'll send you that material.
Okay. And the material is going to be what? Is it going to be
this config related material?
Okay. So how do I remember these steps? Like you showed us the whole path, click on this, and then finally reach here. So,
training, practice. When I started my career, that I had one pretty old guy from HR. He was a HR consultant. He used to tell me SAP stands for sit and practice.
Yeah, practice. Yeah, that's the. Yeah.
Tell me that. No, how do I remember means you need to practice on that. Okay? Anita?
Yeah. So the material that you send in that, I will know like where to click and what to do, and then I can practice that, right?
Yeah. It is there. I'll give you.
Okay.
So we were at edit chart of accounts list. So for this edit chart of account list, Sanjeev was saying my chart of accounts from the naming convention, this is user defined, you can define whatever you want. But in the real time, this naming convention, these namings will be decided prior to you go to the config, you will give that same name. For now, for my understanding, I'm giving this as per company code. So it is not company code, I'm defining whatever I want. So what language I want to maintain? I want to maintain it in English. This, just remember, length of the GL account number to the maximum I maintain till 10. So I am giving till 06. I'll explain you what this. This at the time of the controlling I'll explain. Group chart of accounts later on when I do FSV I'll explain. Block is something, it will block this chart of accounts. I'll tell you what is this also. I'll save it. I'll say continue. So my A500 chart of accounts contain all these attributes. Okay. I go back. Please let me know if I am fast.
Yeah, sure.
Anita?
Yeah.
Sanjeev, let me know if I am fast.
Okay.
Then after defining chart of accounts, I am going to assign company code to chart of accounts. I think he left.
No, I'm here.
Okay. Assign company code to chart of accounts. I'll click on the position key. I'll give the company code. Again, I repeat, whenever I do an assignment, just click on the position key. A500. So what is the chart of account I have defined? A500, right?
A500.
I'll give A500. This is country chart of accounts. Later on we'll define. Okay, don't give it over here. This is country, this is your operational chart of accounts. So I'll save it. Clear till here? I've just defined the attributes to the chart. I've assigned it to my company code. Yeah, Anita.
So every time we save, it's going to show a request number, and then we save it under the same request number.
That's what I told you. It depends upon the requirement. If you want to save it in the same, you save it same. If the project manager maintains says, for each setting, please create a request, you go ahead and create a request. Otherwise, sometimes they do a grouping. My enterprise structure should be under one request, then going forward, other settings, other request.
Okay.
Anita?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going into define account group next. After this setting. After my assignment, I'm going into define account group. I click on new entries. My chart of account just now I defined as A500, right? This is where account group is nothing but where I'm grouping my GL accounts. Grouping. Okay. I'll group it at a higher level. Suppose say this is liability. This is full text. So I'll say from 1 lakh to 1 lakh 99999. A500 asset A500 income relax to
what is that from account to account?
I'm telling you, I'm coming to that.
Okay.
Okay, now from account to account is under liabilities. What kind of an accounts I have, Anita? Share capital, right? Reserves, creditors, loans and advances, blah 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 stuff, right? Like this, I can define 99,999 accounts. Am I right?
Okay.
Now let's see how many this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 6 digits, right? Where did we use 06? In my attribute, right? Length of the GL.
Yeah.
Sanjeev, where did I use that 6? Forgot.
I didn't get that part actually. Probably I was.
Okay. If you go here, when I was defining my attributes, what did I say? Length of the GL.
Yeah. You were 06.
Okay. 06, right? To the maximum, how much we can maintain? I said 10, right?
10, yeah.
So this is what it means.
Oh,
Number of digits.
okay. No.
Okay.
So that many accounts, number of accounts you can maintain.
Yes,
Your
that
time
money
is-
you can maintain. Yes.
So I still did not get that you said 9,999 accounts, but here it says from account 100,000 to 199,999, right? So what does that mean? What does this range mean?
Range means that so many accounts. My share capital account. Suppose I say my share capital, like this I was saying, no? We said like under I have share capital.
Reserves. No.
Then I have something like
Payables.
reserves.
Payables.
Right? Then we'll have something like sundry creditors or accounts payables, what you call.
Account
Right. So these all like this, I will assign this number range. 1 lakh will go for this. You getting it? 1 lakh, 1 for this.
Oh, so you can have as much as up to, let's say, 999,000
99.
accounts
It'll
like that.
stop at 1 lakh 99. Yeah.
Okay.
So like this range, like this 99,999 accounts I can have. That's what I'm trying to explain. That is the range for that. I'll save it. Clear on this? Define a retained earnings account. What is retained earnings account, Anita?
Retained earnings is basically when you from the from net income you calculate retained earnings after giving out the dividends. What is left?
Right. So you carry forward where that retained earnings account?
It's in balance sheet.
Right. So I click on this retained earnings account. It is asking for what? Chart of accounts, right? What is my chart of accounts? A500. Good. So for time being, just I'll keep it as X. I'll explain you what is this P&L statement X. Account. What is the account? In the liability side, I'll take that. Right? 1 lakh 10. Balance sheet. So my balance sheet, I gave my series right over here just now. Liabilities 1 lakh to 1 lakh 99, right? So under that balance sheet, I'll say this is the account where I'll maintain my retained earnings account by this account number.
So okay.
Anita?
Can you repeat this last part from?
Yeah. My retained earnings account, you are clear, right? So this is the account number. This will be my retained earnings. Right?
Okay.
So this is the account number I'm maintaining, I'm saying, for retained earnings account.
Okay.
I'll save it. Once I save it, gives a yellow message stating that 10 not yet created. Yes, we have not yet created. We are just saying this is what I'll create. So it's a yellow message. So yellow is just a warning. I press enter, I'll get this request, just say continue. Clear till here?
Okay, so basically because we don't have that account, we have just named something by that. We have just named that account, but we have not created it.
We have not created it, but we have said that under liabilities I'll have this account.
Okay.
One more thing I want to say over here. When I'm creating this account group, I've created at the highest level. But in the real time, when you go, it is not created as liabilities, asset, revenue, expenditure. They will open up these accounts. At a lower level, they'll go. I mean to say, revenues one range they'll give, fixed assets, share capital one range, like this they'll give. Not clear?
No,
Okay, let me show you. Let me show you over here. A500 for share capital. Share capital 1 lakh to something like, I'll give like 1 lakh 10. 111 account I'm saying. Loan. LOA and loan. Like this I'm saying.
Yeah.
You getting it what I'm saying? Something like this, it keeps on going. 111, I'm opening up that liability account. What all you get under liabilities, that I'm giving here.
Okay.
Yeah.
You getting my point? What will happen in the real time? You will open up that liabilities. I've given at the highest level. They will open up that liability. What all comes under liability?
So you mean to say that it gets expanded, let's say liabilities.
Yes, it gets expanded.
It gets expanded, yeah. Liabilities, but what kind of liabilities? There are so many kind of liabilities. Short-term, long-term, borrowings, bank loans,
Yeah, current liabilities and all that. Similarly, your assets, similarly your income, similarly your expenses also. See, for example, see this guy 2626 is the chart of account. How did he maintain this chart of accounts? See, For individual, he have given one account. He is maintaining account this number for fixed assets, interest, manufacturing, other incomes, personal, raw material, reserves and surplus, sales. I hope you got this, Anita.
Yeah.
He expanded it. Whereas I have taken at the highest level. I maintained at the highest level. Actually, the accountants or the chartered accountants of that firm, they'll tell you, okay, design this way, you go ahead and design it.
Okay.
Okay, now this is all about the chart of accounts. Now if you see in the org structure, client, company, company code, chart of accounts. Any questions till now? Yeah? No, right?
No.
No. So let us get into the business area. What do we understand by the word business area?
Exactly what field we are doing business, what kind of products we are making on, what kind of
Products?
Business area might be by geography or segment or by let's say by product, by segment or by geography.
Right. I can maintain as a region or a segment, as you said. I can maintain as a product also. Like it's a steel industry, say iron rods. Or whatever, or as a plant, whatever you can maintain. Or region. The reason for this is we are trying to pull reports through business area. That is the way, that is why we maintain this. Okay. So there is no, you should not go by the word business area means it is only related to a segment, region wise. It can be as a product, it can be as a plant, depending on the requirement of the client, how that reporting they want. So you define that over here. Now if you see, for every other transaction what I was doing the assignment to the company code, right? When I created chart of account, assignment, company, assignment, company code, assignment. But for business area, there is no assignment.
Okay.
So business area at client level, if I say, do you have any questions on that? Sanjeev? Anita?
No.
No, go ahead.
I hope that line is clear when I say business area at client level.
So business at client level, that means according to what the client wants, we assign it in that way, right? We make the
No. Again, you got my terminology wrong. Client, you are thinking customer. Now, client over here is set of tables, madam. Right. When I say at a client level, so this is at client level.
Yeah.
This area is client level. It is not becoming specific to company code. It is at client level means anybody, if you go ahead and create a company code, you can use that business area. If Sanjeev goes ahead and create, he can also use that business area. So it is open for all when I say at a client level. Okay? Any confusion still?
No.
See, when I defined company code, I merged it, I assigned it, right?
Yeah.
That is at company code level.
Oh, so you mean to say that client level is at the higher, the highest, like it's on the top of the hierarchy. So it means anyone can go and, so anyone can go and define that.
Use that. Yes, use that.
Okay. So that's okay.
Okay, so that is what I say. So if they ask business area is defined at what level, you should say client level.
It's client level.
Okay. Anita?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is about the client, company, chart of accounts, company code, business area. Now moving into credit control area. The functionality of a credit control is you have a number of customers. For the customers, you maintain some credit. Like, this A customer can avail up to 100,000, B customer up to 50,000 USD, 60,000 or whatever. How do the system identify them? if you are keeping certain credit limit to these customers, if they keep on taking, it should not go beyond a 60,000 or whatever limit that you have put to them. So that we call as a credit control. Okay. Define credit control area. This functionality I'm defining it, but this is basically taken care by the sales and distribution module people, SD consultants. Okay, Anita. This is credit check for the customer in the system I'm maintaining. So how do I maintain? I maintain this credit control area. Then when I create the customer master data, there I'll go in and assign it. Click on new entries. So I'll maintain it as A500. Whatever you want to maintain, you can maintain USD. Now, how this system should look into? What are the prerequisites that it has to look into to keep that restriction? So you can give here stating that you're telling the system to please look into order value, time access, delivery and bill document value. On the basis of that, you search for that particular customer, and if he is falling out of that credit limit, it will throw an error stating that this customer cannot avail any more credit. Clear? So that is what. Fiscal year variant. For time being, I'll give K4. I'll explain you. Next, I'm doing that only. I'll press enter and I'll save this. As usual, whatever we create, we need to assign. Assign company code to credit control area. So whenever assignment, click on the position key, give that company code, give the controlling area. Clear? This is with respect to the enterprise structure. Any questions you have on this?
No.
So when you say that credit, you are defining a credit control area, then does that mean that you are for that particular customer, we are limiting it to a particular amount of, obviously it's a particular amount of money. So let's say you said 50,000 USD, then that customer will not be able to get more than $50,000 USD product.
Yes.
I mean, he cannot, on credit. And after he,
yes.
After he makes the payment and it starts all over again, it goes up to another $50,000.
Yes. Okay. So the reason is there will be some hundreds of customers. I cannot keep a track on them, right? Let the system take care about it. That is why I maintain that way. So when I create my master record, that credit control area I will give in this customer master record. Okay. Okay. So this is about this dunning area is only left over at the time of the accounts receivable we will create. This is something like a reminder that we are sending it to the customer to make the payment. Okay, that particular we will set it up. So this is about the client, company, chart of accounts, company code, business area, credit control area. I hope this is clear till now. Right? Or anything.
So like I said,
yeah, till now we have seen organizational data. Right? So the data in the system, you will have organizational data, master data, transaction data and table data. These are the 4 types of data. Till now what data we have seen? Organizational lot. Still master data we have not gone. So we need to perform more organizational data settings only. Now let me move slowly into this fiscal year. This I'll finish it for the day. What do we understand by fiscal year? Very, very important to understand for the finance people.
Fiscal is like one calendar year where they are going to close their accounts. They're going to
12 months, you said?
It's usually 12 months, yeah, and one operational cycle basically.
Okay. Why can't I call 6 months as a fiscal year? Why can't I call 3 months as a fiscal year? I cannot, huh? Is it necessary that the fiscal year should always be 12 months? I'm asking you, is it necessary that it should be always 12 months? Anita?
I don't think it is necessary. I think that it is a requirement. I think it is conventionally, yeah, it has to be 12 months, but it doesn't have to start from 1st Jan to and end on 31st. It can start from any month and end at the end of that previous month.
That is fine. I'm not talking from starting. We are talking about months over here. Is it necessary that it should be of 12 months?
I think it is necessary, but I'm not sure why.
See, there are certain businesses which will have only 6 months. They'll come seasonal and they'll go. I've seen in one of the Sweden, they don't work for 6 months. They work for 6 months, they won't work for 6 months. Okay. So fiscal year, you cannot say that it is always a 12 months period. It can be of any months. You cannot say. Because there are some companies, seasonal companies that comes and go for 6 months. So it is something like that. So let's say from the 12 months period, as you said. 6 months, 3 months, these are all shortened fiscal years. Okay. Now, month, day, period, year, shift. Clear? I'll not put January, February. It is fine. I'll put 1, 2, 3. Is it okay?
That's fine.
Oh, sorry. 3, 4. Okay. So this is all January, February, March, right? Okay. Now this is January, February, March. Any questions on this? This is clear? Months? Days? 31, 28, 31, 30, 31, 30. Don't ask me why 31, 31, 30, 31, 30. Clear till here? Any questions?
No.
Now I am starting my fiscal year. As Anita said, I can start anywhere in the month. So I will start from April. Sorry, 1st April to 31st March. Can I start, Anita?
Yeah.
Okay. So when am I starting my business?
In April?
April. 1st April I am starting. So this will be my first period, right?
Yeah.
This will be my second period, right? Sanjeev?
Yeah.
10, 11, 12. It's very important, I'm telling you. Pay attention over it.
Okay.
January for Sanjeev, calendar it will be first month for you. But for my business it is 10.
Yeah.
So you able to understand this? Till here any questions? Anybody have? Clear, right? Till here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anita? Right.
Yeah.
What is this year shift? Now this is where most people. Yeah. So which is this 1st April starting in 2013, right?
Yeah.
So it is in 2013 only. So it is in 2013, so I will say 0. This is all zeros. Slowly I am moving into what? 2014, right?
Right.
This is in 2014, right, Sanjeev? Am I right or wrong?
2014 years. So year shift is 1.
Right. Sanjeev, this is all my April till December I am in 2013.
Yeah.
Now I am moving into 2014. So 2013 minus 2014. How much it is? Minus 1, right? Why am I giving this minus 1? Anita?
Yeah, I could understand 1 minus 1 because you're subtracting from a lower year, previous year, you're subtracting the higher year. I don't know. I'm just
making my system understand that I'm not moving into 2014. I'm still into 2013.
Okay.
Okay, because my period, as you said, 12 months is for 2013, right? It is not only for 9 months. Right? My period is 12 months, right?
Yeah, period is 12 months. You started business
So
on
in
April.
2013, I am completing only 9 months. Where are my 12 months I am completing? I am not completing, right?
No, that is in 2014.
So how do the
3 months.
system identifies then remaining 3 months? I need to tell that system -1, -1, -1. Is it clear or any confusion still?
No.
Okay, let's take it this way. 1 years.
Okay, this will give you more clear example now. Let me put this. I want to define January to December. Tell me the periods then. Hello?
Yeah.
Periods बोलो कब से? From when?
From one, so it's going to be from January only, so 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 12, right? What will be my year shift then?
You will nothing.
Huh? All zeros, no brother?
Yeah.
In 2013 only, na, everything is
Yeah.
all zeros. I hope you understood now with this. Why
Yeah.
I'm giving -1 over there now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if the concept is clear, you can design any fiscal year. Again, I'm telling you. Is it clear?
Yeah.
I can design my fiscal year from 1st April to 31st June also. From 1st October to 31st September also, right?
Yeah.
Clear?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going into this. Maintain fiscal year variant. It says variancy. What is a variant? From your software wording, phrasing, variant is nothing but a collection of programs. So I'll maintain one variant by name A4. Okay. So this A4 variant will carry all these attributes. So wherever I need a fiscal year defined, I'll just give A4 over there. I don't need to define all this again and again.
Okay.
So here I have come to the screen. I just clicked on this maintain fiscal year variant. I'll say new entries. My fiscal year variant I said I'll define as A4, right? I'll say my variant will start from January to December. Okay. Number of postings how many? 12, right?
12.
This 4 I'll tell you what is this 4 special periods. Press enter. Select this row. Double click on periods. Click on new entries. This is month, day, year shift. Period and year shift. I'll copy this. I'll paste it over here. Okay.
Oh.
Alright. Should I save it? Saving it. I go back. Now can you design any fiscal year?
Yeah.
So we can design, right, any fiscal year. So by default in SAP they will give fiscal year which are K4, which stands for January to December. If you can note it down. K4 January to December. These are by default. I was trying to explain you the back end. In the real time you directly go ahead and assign this K4 or whatever it is. V3 stands for your April to March. V6 July to June, V9 October to September.
Okay.
These are by default set it up for you. They'll ask you difference between a year dependent and calendar year. Year dependent is your April to March because you are dependent on the following year. So that is why we call as a year dependent. Calendar year is your January to December.
Can you repeat that once again, please?
We have designed April to 1st April to 31st March, right? One fiscal year.
Mm-hmm.
So that was depending on the following year, right? 2014.
Yeah. So that is for year dependent.
Year dependent. Calendar year is a normal calendar year. So whatever we create, so I have created with a variant called A4. A4 carry all those attributes. I assign it to my company code. Assignment, no more questions. It is very clear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anita, Sanjeev.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Assignment is just go ahead, whatever you create, you assign it to the company code. Assignment, whatever you create, I assigned it. So did I anywhere said that this particular fiscal year belong to this year or that year?
No.
Have I mentioned anywhere 2013 it is done, it is 2014 anywhere over here?
No.
It is just how my fiscal year design I have designed it, that's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one more thing, this fiscal year I have maintained it as 31 days. 31 days, right? This can be maintained as 15th day of my January to 15th day of February.
Yeah.
Anita?
No, but it will be 31 days, right? Means every month will, whether it starts from 15 and ends in the 14th of the next month, but it will still have 31 days, right?
Yeah, but I'm telling day wise also you can create.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If somebody asks how many posting periods can I create, you can create like this 365 posting periods. Each day you can create as a period.
Yeah.
Banking people will create this because they do daily closings.
Daily closings, yeah.
Okay, I have assigned. Nowhere I have questioned that. So this is something called posting periods. Under posting periods, I will say it belongs to which year. Here I will maintain that. Hello?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I click on this. Click on new entries. I give my variant name. This is user defined. So I say something like posting period for your A500. Enter and save it. I just created a variant.
Mm-hmm.
Just a variant name. It's a name I given. Now I am going to open and close posting periods. This particular transaction you need to understand very carefully. This is on a regular basis, we use on a monthly basis. The variant what I create was A500.
Mm-hmm.
In SAP, how do we identify whether this is asset, whether this is customer, vendor, material or GL? It is through account types.
ADKMSP.
Account types, Anita. If you say A, it is asset. If you say D, it is customers. If you say K, it is vendors. If you say M, it is materials. S, GL accounts. Now here I'll say plus sign, which means valid for all account types.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right? Now if you remember, I have maintained some GL accounts 1 lakh, 2, 1 lakh, 4 lakhs, 999, right?
Yeah.
If I maintain this range, then it will be applicable only for that range then. Start account range. I don't want to maintain. So my first period is starting on 1st January, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is in which year? 2013, right?
Mm-hmm.
My 12th period is in which year?
2013.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now let's take for example 1st April to 31st March. My 1st April is starting in 2013.
Yeah.
My 12th period is ending on where?
2014.
So I give here as 2014.
Mm-hmm.
Able to understand this? Where I'm maintaining my year.
Yeah.
Over here in open. You have to note it down this transaction code OB52.
Mm-hmm.
So since we maintain this, I give it as 2013. Now we are in which period?
12th period.
You are in 12th period. Huh?
Yes.
This period, April, right?
April.
What is this
Fourth.
period, Anita? Fourth period.
Okay. Yeah.
Fourth. So what does this identify? Give 4 and 4 means what?
It means from beginning of April to end of April, I guess.
Here, Sanjeev and Anita, you need to understand, here I am trying to control my periods. If I give 4 means the transactions can be only posted in the period 4, that is April, current period. No one will give like this in the real time. If you give like this, the users will go ahead and post in the future periods then.
Okay.
Or backdated periods. Anita?
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it right? Is it right for the April month transaction? Can I go ahead and post in December?
No.
So in order to restrict this, what we will do, always we will give like this. So every month you need to come over here. This particular transaction will be holded by the power user of the organization, and he will go ahead and every 31st on the last day he'll keep on changing that. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, give me just a minute. 1 minute please.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is how we maintain 4. So since it is training, I'll maintain as 12. Okay. Now what are these special periods? What are these special periods? 13 to 16, 2013. What are these special periods? The special periods are required because it's a $1 billion company. Immediately on 31st, I cannot go ahead and file my returns. I need to do some rectification of entries. I need to post some provisional entry. I need to get into auditing purpose, right? Anita?
Yeah.
So I require some time. So that is what we call as a 4 special periods I require. If the business say, no, I don't need, I can submit, then it's up to them. It's a small business, we'll do it and we do it. So no special periods are required. But remember, during the special period, you cannot do any transaction entries. It is only for your rectification, adjustments, provisionals, all those you can do, audit and all those.
So it's basically it's the same thing like you have closed the year on 31st December, but you are not filing your financial statement until 2 or 3 months later on, right?
Yeah, maybe I require some time because I need to do audit and all those rectification. It requires time for me. Okay? I save this. Back. Same, whatever I have created, I need to do the assignment. So, from the posting periods perspective, This is what we have done. From fiscal year perspective, so this is what we have done. So assigning the variant to my company code as usual. Position A500, my variant name A500. That's it. Save. Is it clear with respect to the fiscal year?
Yeah.
Anita?
Yeah.
This is very, very important. The basic settings, what I am telling you, if this is very, very clear, it will be smooth flow for you going forward.
I'm feeling as if, all the things that we did I don't remember anything that happened from the beginning. So how can I revise? That's the thing. How do I know I have to practice, but how do I practice? I don't remember. So
how do you practice? You got a recording, right? They'll send you the recording also, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Right. I'm basically feeling that.
So this,
I don't know.
yeah, this will die down very soon once you start practicing it. Okay, all these things. So define document types. I'm looking into this OBA 7. So we create journal entries, right? When I'm getting share capital or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
So document types, it is via document types that we create our journal entries. It is only through document types we'll come to know this particular journal entry belongs to GL or that particular journal entry belongs to vendor or a customer. How? Through this document types. Through this document types. Now if you see here SA stands for GL. Okay. Now I'll double click on, these are all standards available in the SAP. So I'll double click on this SA. What is the number range it has given? 01. Right? I click on this number range information. I'll give my company code this A500. I'll click on this insert interval. Here, change. So I'll insert it. So what is the number we have seen? 01, right over there. Number range. You can make it year specific, or if you say 999, it is applicable for any year. So here I'll say number which is starting from 1 to 999. So it means I can post 1000 journal entries. Like range we have given, right? 1 lakh to 1 lakh 999 for accounts.
For chart of accounts, yeah.
This is also journal entries. Once I say bank account data to share capital, once I post, this number 1 will be taken into account. Then if I post a rent account to bank, then 2 will be taken account. So like this I can post 999 journal entries. Whatever I been used, it will show here as a current number.
Oh.
If suppose I don't want the system to take, then I should check this as external. Got my point? I need to select this. Let the system take care, uncheck this. This is called as an external. You select this as an external, you have to give the number. You have to remember what range it is in. So usually in the real time, we don't give this. It will pick up by automatic by itself. The system will take. Anita?
So system will take means the system will give the range?
The system will take that number 1. The moment I say I define one transaction, bank account to share capital, it will take 1. The moment I define next entry, so depending on what is the next available number, it will take.
Okay, system will take care of it.
Yeah. So I say insert, add this. So what we will do, we'll define only 1. So whenever we get an error, we'll define this. We'll come back and define this. Okay? Define the field status variant. This field status variant, what it does, it controls the fields of the transactions. Okay, this particular step, you will get a clarity once I do the testing. Okay. So fields like, let me show you. Well, let me show you one particular screen. So when I'm posting my transaction, what will happen? I'll have all this. I'm taking somebody else. So I'll just give some number. So can you see here amount, value date, assignment? These are all fields, right? So if I want to suppress some field, or if I want to keep something as a required means a checkbox will come. If I want to suppress required or keep it optional, I can keep all these fields.
Oh, so okay.
That is the significance of the field status group.
So
yeah.
So we are going to configure that?
Yeah, that is what I'm trying to show you now. Next. This is what. The purpose of this keeping as a required optional is because the user, when they are keying in, they might miss certain fields. So in order to that, if they should not miss any particular field, I use that field status variant. This one. Anita?
Yeah.
So we're defining the field status variant for the company code, right? For that particular company.
Yes. First we create, we assign as usual. Okay. Here I'm copying it. This 0001 is there now. I'll select this. I'll say copy.
Is that like a standard or?
It's a standard. Actually, there are a hell lot of groups. If you keep on creating, it will take a lot of time. I'll show you. Creation also I'll show you. So I'll name it as A500. I'll say this is as A500. Press enter. It says what? Copy all. Yes, I want to copy all. So it says 42 copied. So I'll say continue. I'll save it. So let's see what all things that I've copied. My field status variants consist of field status groups. So I'll select this. I'll click on the groups. Now if you see here, G001 is there, right? I don't know. Okay, G001 is here, right? So if I double click on this G001 general data, you will see all this. Just now we have seen, right? Text, assignment number, right? If I do suppress, you cannot see. If I keep as a required, it will come as a check mark. If I keep optional, it will allow me to post.
Oh.
Okay. So at the time of the testing, Anita will go back again all those basic settings what we have done for testing. Okay, we'll look into all those basic settings what I have done. Sanjeev. Clear? So whatever I create, I assign it, right? Save it. Is it clear? Hello?
Yeah.
Do you want some more 2-3 settings, or this is enough for the day?
I think it's enough for the day. We need some time to digest all this. So.
Yeah. So the only thing is left over is the tolerances. Once I define the tolerances, we can start our testing phase. So once I start my testing phase, there we'll look into all the settings, how the company code is reflecting, how company is reflecting, how my chart of accounts are coming in, everything we'll look over there. Okay, so tomorrow we can do the testing stuff.
Sure. We'll do it tomorrow. Today I think it's a lot of stuff for today.
So how do we when you send the material, is there going to be a test or something that we can read? And how do we
they'll send you this recording, Anita.
Okay.
I will be sending you once I finish this basic setting. I'll send you that this thing.
The configuration.
Material.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I'm asking is that this material, the configuration that we are going to send this configuration, right? Now, is there going to be a text also that where I can read and understand and then keep, how is there going to be step-by-step direction that if I have to make a configuration, then if I have to configure?
Once you start looking into this, if you're saying, I wanted to know what is this defined account group you're saying. I want to have a bookish definition of this. If you click on this IMG activity documentation, you will have this entire documentation. This is the best documentation you will have.
I see.
Okay, what I am sending you across is how we should go ahead and fill up this data.
Yeah. So my main thing is that now it is very hard to remember that where you have made these clicks and how. I mean, you have shown us step by step, but I don't remember the step by step. So
you have two things. One, you have recordings. Another one is you have the document which I will be sending you.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So we'll have the documents.
Yeah, but I prefer you to go through this recording and do it so that because you know what we have done. It's up to you how you want to do it, you do it. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else, Anita?
No, I think I should be good. I mean, once I go through that recording and all, I think I should be good. So,
and can't you do recording at your end?
No.
You're not an organizer.
No.
Okay, I'll make sure you're organizers from tomorrow, so there will be a button start recording where you can record at your end itself. I'll ask them to do that. You just give me a reminder when you start the class so that I'll call them and make you as an organizer.
Okay.
And
there is a small button. When you press the start recording, it will happen at your end itself.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
And then Khadir, you said that you will be not taking lessons in the weekend. So for you, the weekend is your Saturdays are Friday night, right? You do take class on Friday night, or you will take class on Sunday night?
Sunday, I usually prefer Sunday and Monday I take. So if I'm something like that, I'll let you know. But Sunday, Monday I take. That will be your Saturday and Sunday for you.
Oh, okay.
So basically, we'll have like right now. Today is Wednesday night, which is your Thursday morning. So then Thursday night you are taking the lesson, which is your Friday morning. And then Friday night for us, Friday night, which is your Saturday morning. Are you taking that lesson?
Yes, I'll take.
So our Friday night, your Saturday morning, you will teach. And then your Sunday morning, which is our Saturday night, you're not going to teach.
Yes.
No. Yeah.
And one more thing I just wanted to tell you is, during the month ends, I might take a break for a day or two because we have month end closing at my end. So I'll update you prior to that if I'm taking any break at the month end.
Okay. So
with my clients, I'll be having a month end activities. So if I'm busy on that, I'll update you then and there if I'm taking any break.
Right. So what I was basically thinking, I don't know how it works with Sanjeev, but when our weekends, for us, weekend is Friday night and Saturday night. So if you take lessons from Monday night to Thursday night, which is your Sunday morning, to, let's see, if I am, basically, so it is Friday morning you take, and then you don't take it on Saturday morning and Sunday morning, and you go to your Monday morning, which is when we have a Sunday night. That will be good, I think. I mean, I don't know.
So you want me to take a break on my Saturday and Sunday?
Are you planning to take a break on 2 days or 1 day?
2 days, no? Sunday and Monday.
Yeah, so then I would rather prefer that you take it on your Saturday and Sunday, which is so that we get it on our Friday night and Saturday night. And then we can come back. And then we can come back and do it on Sunday night, which is your Monday morning.
Okay. Yeah, because you get time to practice, you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, we get time to practice also, and then mostly Friday night and Saturday night we might be busy with some other things, family things
Yeah,
and all.
yeah.
So I don't want to book that night basically.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Okay, that's fine then. Sanjeev, it is the same thing. Hello?
Yeah. I mean, as long as it is.
Wants to be free on your Sunday. She don't want any classes on that.
Sure, no problem. I mean, as long as the classes are on 8:30 Central Time, I don't have any problem with any days.
Yeah.
But it should be in that time. I don't have any problem with any days. I don't have any problem with that. But it should be 8:30 Central Time. I don't have any problem with the days off and all that. I'm fine with it. No problem.
Yeah, so that will be good. Then 8:30 we start sharp at 8:30, and we continue from there. So that will be good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
No, I think we're fine for today.
I think we'll try to digest this.
Yeah, we need to digest this. So.
Okay, this is just the start, man.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to SAP. Okay.